manages to survive the +2 knockoff with only 1 HP. I think this is a misplay from Tyler. The upset of the century is this Darkrai has gotten him out of more holes than I can count. I mean, has he missed a single hypnosis all season long? I didn't know this until I was preparing to play Tylord earlier in the season myself. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the Pokemon Championship. Let's get right into it. Let me pull it up and oh my god, that is hideous. There we go, that's what I was looking for. So here on the left side, we have our Dugio contendant. All right, this is first time appearance in the championship match. Nobody expected much from him, but he has proved everyone wrong in a giant upset run, just beating opponent after opponent. Multiple championship contenders have fallen to this meme team that was drafted originally just in alphabetical order. Everything you'll see on the team starts with like either an A or a C or a D. He just drafted whatever was next alphabetically. Versus Tylord966, our current reigning champion and third championship appearance player. I couldn't be more excited to get into this match, and it actually gets to 3 matches, which a lot of people weren't expecting. So let's see. What is the first term of our 3-game series? We have Marshadow versus Dreadnought. Dreadnought likes to shell smash, and Marshadow can steal that with the Spectral Thief. But because Dreadnought goes second, Marshadow doesn't actually get the stat boost. Resets with the White Herb. Gastrodon comes out trying to maybe take a liquidation of sorts, but the Terra Blast actually allows it to 2-hit KO the Gastrodon. I don't think that's what Tylord was expecting, and is a huge bonus that Dugio has. So we have a Scarf Marshadow. We know it's Scarf because it actually manages to outspeed the Dreadnought. So that's a huge tell. All, Dugio has to do is go into a normal type, and he's completely immune to these moves. Instead, he lands a Fire Spin, trapping Marshadow and clicking Protect, stalling out these turns. So Marshadow's taking damage over time, and it's trapped on the field as he tries to spam Protect and avoid it. At this point, Dugio needs to be looking at his resistances, like Darkrai, who he just played. Resist this Ghost-type attack. Even at ×2, it's still not enough to KO, and Darkrai manages to actually put the Marshadow to sleep, and the Bad Dreams triggers, which, does more damage over time at the end of the turn. Seems to just be chipping down the Marshadow as his plan, as Tylord does not want to switch, just wants to keep spamming the Spectral Thieves. And there's something to pay attention to right there. I don't know if you saw this. I didn't know this until I was preparing to play Tylord earlier in the season myself. The Darkrai here actually places a substitute, and it gets broken. You see, it gets broken by the Spectral Thief. Believe it or not a sound-based move, but it still bypasses substitute, which is just more evidence for how completely astronomically broken Marshadow is. Aegislash threatens the Marshadow by, via Shadow Sneak, as the Aegislash manages to threaten it out, and now has to face down a Drapion, who has the, resistance to the Aegislash. It's kind of like the tables have been turned here, type-wise, as the +2 Earthquake shatters an Aegislash in half. As we go in Darmanitan, try and just get big KOs. Just not enough. Drapion manages to hang on just barely. You gotta wonder if that's good EV investment, giving Drapion that bulk, as the Darmanitan, with no Focus Sash, manages to survive the +2 knockoff with only 1 HP. One of the craziest hang-ons I've ever seen, as it manages to just have enough HP to follow up with a second attack and KO. But the Choice Scarf Spectral Thief is too powerful. Does Annihilate have the tank ability to survive this hit? Just barely. Manages to land the Rage Fist. Now he has to survive a potential Aqua Jet from Feraligatr or Bullet Punch from Scizor. Does it have the chutzpah? Sadly not. So, decisive victory, I'd say. That is +3 differential so far in this series, as the Choice Scarf Marshadow just ripped Dugio a new one. He clearly wins this next game because we know this is a 3-game series. What sort of changes to this team do we see? Personally, it looks like the lineup on neither team has changed at all. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these are identical lineups, yeah. So, let's see how this game changes. Put Tylord back on the bad guy side. Do we have identical leads to the first game? No, this time we get Gastrodon versus Altaria. So both players have learned a little bit. Aegislash comes in. How's it going to threaten the Gastrodon? Looks like it's going for a giant Ghostium Z attack with a critical hit. Just nukes the Gastrodon off the field. That really frees up that really frees up Dreadnought once Gastrodon has been removed from the field. Huge turn 2 KO. Yeah, turn 2 KO. Absolutely nasty. We get a Quiver Dance versus a Dragon Dance. Psychic takes Altaria to 3, and the Earthquake, oh my god, doesn't even KO. Now we're dealing with the Quiver Dance, plus now Fiery Dance boost. It gets the 50% boost. We got Darn versus Volcarona, as Volcarona is just being fed. Now Dreadnought comes in. Does it have Aqua Jet? No, but a Quad Resist. Quad Resist takes it out. The chat's shouting WWW. We get the Terraflying Dreadnought doing 40% to Scizor as Scizor boosts up. But now Dreadnought is no longer weak to the Bullet Punch, so what attack does he use? Dual Wing Beat. Doesn't miss, very inaccurate move. Kind of lucky there. I don't think I've seen Tylord miss a Dual Wing Beat all season. Shadow Sneak comes out, KOs Scizor. Now we have a 3-on-3 situation. Things are not looking bad for Yu-Gi-Oh! Another Swords Dance as Drapion did a number to Yu-Gi-Oh! In the first match. Has he figured out how to beat it? Let's see. The Leftovers gets knocked off. The Earthquake doing nothing. Looks like Drapion's going to snag maybe another KO here as he terrors into a Bug type and gets another Swords Dance. Drain Punch, not helping here. Probably should have Drain Punched on that last turn. Would have helped out a lot more as the knockoff just KOs. How does Yu-Gi-Oh! Dig himself out of this hole? Shocker, shocker. It's, he uses Hypnosis. This Darkrai has gotten him out of more holes than I can count. I mean, has he missed a single Hypnosis all season long? Dark Pulse, does it KO? It does with the Bad Dreams. And then Marshadow, Scarfed again. Tries the Spectral Thief, but we know that doesn't KO even with a Shell Smash boost. Another Hypnosis lands. It just has not missed all season. Tyler agrees with me in the chat. This thing is just invincible. I mean, it doesn't miss a single Hypnosis. The Bad Dreams comes out. The Dark Pulse maybe even gets a flinch or something. Now Feraligatr has to 2v1. Honestly, I think this is a misplay. I think this is a misplay from Tyler. He should have maybe considered just going directly into the Feraligatr, because then at least it couldn't get slept. By allowing his sleeping Pokemon to go to get KO'd, Feraligatr can now be put to sleep as well, because Sleep Clause prevents more than one Pokemon being put to sleep at once. So, that's what he's got there. He starts the Dragon Dance, survives the Dark Pulse, doesn't outspeed even after the Dragon Dance, and just gets, taken down with Dark Pulses. And that's GG. The upset of the century as Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually manages to win Game 2. And Tylord in the chat says he expected the Aegislash to switch. That's why I went for the Spectral Thief versus a Scarfed Darkrai, he says. Is it Scarfed? I thought it Hypnosised. Yeah, it went Hypnosis, then it Dark Pulsed. It was Leftovers. So not a 2-0. We get a 3-game series here. Let's see. Have these teams changed? Neither team has changed at all. Both players have brought the same exact lineup every single game, bringing the same Pokemon. But the question is, are they bringing the same exact moves? Right? Are they the same abilities? Are they changing things in the background and letting their opponents think they're doing the same thing? Or are they just bashing their head into a wall, being stubborn, refusing to change? Is Tylord saying, I don't care, I am the reigning champion, I will beat you with the team I built, I don't need to make a change? Let's see. I honestly haven't been paying close enough attention to the sets to really know if they're doing the same thing. Instead, Tylord leads with the Volcarona, goes for the Quiver Dance off turn 1, and the Psychic at +1 isn't enough to kill the Annihilate, and Tylord loses potentially his most threatening sweeper on turn 2. We get Scizor versus Annihilate. That Drain Punch not giving him enough when the Swords Dance Dual Wing Beat is being threatened. I don't think this is where you want to leave your Annihilate, as it just gets Bullet Punched. And now what are you going to do? You got a Dreadnought. He Terra's Flying, takes a huge chunk of damage, and the Terra Blast doesn't KO. Is this going to be a quick game? It's already up 5-4. Aegislash. We know the Shadow Sneak is faster if they haven't changed their sets from the first game. Shadow Sneaks into the Drapion, doing no damage. Knockoff, huge chunk. Ghostium Z again, but that's just not doing a ton of damage to a Dark type. That's only 43%. It's just not enough damage. Maybe you should go into your Altaria. That has an actual good matchup versus the Drapion. You could just go and switch right into it. Instead, he goes to the Darmanitan instead, threatening, a high power attack. Looks to not be a Choice Band Guerrilla Tactics, which just hurts so much. Probably Scarf Guerrilla Tactics based off the way he's playing it. Altaria goes to the Dragon Dance, so we're seeing a physical, not a special ALTARIA, which can't say I agree with that. I think your special is probably your best bet in this matchup, especially because you don't want to give Dragon Dances to the enemy Marshadow. He's kind of forced to switch out here because Marshadow can just come in and steal these boosts, but doesn't go for that, just goes to the KO with Bullet Punch. Don't know if I agree with that, but Darkrai comes out, gets Bullet Punched, not enough to KO. Dark Pulse does manage to KO. Now we have 2 versus 3 situation. This is honestly coming down to the wire. Coming down to the wire. We get the Dark type for Alligator, tanks the Hypnosis. Now Tyler's probably going to switch out, I think. He doesn't want to be put to sleep. Nope, decides to let the Feraligatr go to sleep. Turn 1 Wake Up is huge and manages to kill the Liquidation. So, Dugio has been using the Hypnosis as a massive crutch, putting all of his opponents to sleep at a high speed, right? Darkrai moves first and puts you to sleep and then can like, nasty plot, sub up, do whatever it wants. But even if you get lucky, you know, and land that Hypnosis, you know, there's still the potential threat of a turn 1 Wake Up. And Tyler does get that lucky. Turn 1 wakes up and KOs. As Feraligatr comes in threatening to sweep if it's Scarf and can manage to get a flinch. But the Scarf Marshadow is faster. Unless, you know, neither of them are Scarf, but I doubt that. I think they were both Scarfed in this situation. So, man, down to the freaking wire. The end of the Pokemon Draft League. Everybody, thank you for joining us on this wild journey, as that is the final season. I'm stepping down as the commissioner. So, that's the last you'll ever see of me running the league. Maybe we'll have someone else at the helm next year, but sayonara, that's it.